Mum, M-U-M-M, mum. Never ever wanna be a bum. So it's mum, M-U-M-M, mum. Mindset, uplift, manifest. Mum, mindset, uplift, manifest. Mum.
If you didn't come from a wealthy family, this is the opportunity to make sure that a wealthy family comes from you.
So I want to look and delve into this just a little bit more and look at some of the history. This is from the New American. Closing the gold window is nothing to celebrate. So just a few days before President Nixon announced he was going to close the gold window, on August 15th, the British ambassador came to Washington to demand that the U.S. Treasury redeem some $3 billion worth of paper dollars Britain was holding in exchange for gold. With more than $45 billion in Federal Reserve notes outstanding worldwide and only $10 billion in gold to back them up, Nixon called 15 advisors for a secret meeting to decide what to do. This gave the U.S. Treasury what France ministers of finance called an exorbitant privilege. The Treasury could merely print $100 bills for a fraction of a cent, but spend them abroad for $100 worth of real goods and services. The temptation to continue to print those $100 bills proved to be irresistible. So this is the part I wanted to get to. For example, a $100 bill in 1971 is now worth about $15. So let that sink in, guys. A $100 bill from 1971 is now worth about $15. But another way, it takes $654 in today's money to match the purchasing power of a $100 bill in 1971. The dollar has lost 85% of its purchasing power since Nixon closed the gold window. So that's just 50 years, guys. In 50 years, 85% of the value of the dollar is down. What the smart people do, right? This is a silver dollar, a US Silver Eagle. In 1965, this was $1. It still says $1 on it, but this right now today is worth $35. So this is really what people to take home if you're watching this video or you share it with someone else. If you are saving your wealth in dollars, you are guaranteed to lose. There's two things we know when it comes to money as facts. Gold and silver have maintained their purchasing power for 10,000 years, and the US dollar has gone down in value every year since 1971. Those are facts. They're irrefutable. They have a long-standing track record.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite obvious. I mean, when you're looking at those numbers and when you're looking at that information, you know, people know better, they do better. And, you know, most people just don't understand inflation and what has taken place throughout history, but they're starting to feel it right now. I listen to the radio, I listen to the local news, and they're talking about how the food inflation is here and it's going to get worse. So this is the time that people need to start really waking up to where we are in this economy, where the purchasing power of the dollar is, and where it's going to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, and really start to get serious and wake up about their financial future and their financial security moving forward, because smart money is taking the dollar while it has value and preserving it in assets like physical gold and silver. This is the time that people need to be doing the same thing that the wealthy, the banks, the financial institutions are doing all across the planet, preserving and hedging against financial crisis and inflation.